Good afternoon. This is segment 2 of Maximize Your Real Estate Equity and taking a few minutes with Tom. Karen, I believe you have some questions for me.
I do. Here we are again, taking a few minutes with Tom, and we're going to start today with asking you a few questions about the home and some equity issues with it. I guess I'll start with asking you probably the most important question of equity is, in your opinion, Tom, what's the most important thing in real estate?
Well, in a word, location. You know, you've heard the old adage, what's the 3 most important things in real estate? And it's location, location, location. But one of the things that's often overlooked is the quality of construction. And there's a couple of things that, or a couple examples I can think of, is that you had that those condo complexes out of British Columbia that were overrun with mold, and it was really directly related to the quality of the construction, and they really had to do a huge overhaul in one thing and another. But in a word, location. The most important thing in real estate is location, followed by the quality of the construction of the home, because that will give you your economic life. Basically, how long is that house going to stand there? But in a word, location.
Great. Okay, that's very helpful. And then my second question would be, what then adds the most percentage return within a home, and what percentage are we roughly talking about?
Well, many things. We talked in our first segment about the fact that painting gives you the greatest return for your dollar invested, but without adding square footage, which normally will give you your greatest return for dollars invested, because you're actually adding to the house, whether you're adding a second story or putting an addition on or whatever. Normally the remodeling of bathrooms and kitchens will give you at least 60 cents on the dollar, a 60% return or greater. Now there are some caveats that come with that, because it's all relative to the neighborhood that you're in, and one thing and another. And I mean, these are things that we can talk about perhaps in the next segment. I know that we talked about new homes and resales and what gives you the biggest bang for your buck. And not to digress, but if you buy the second or third smallest home in a new subdivision, you normally see them on a percentage basis increase the most over the first 5 years.
So elaborate a bit. If you were putting in a kitchen, perhaps you were saying relative to certain neighborhoods. So
well,
how would you?
You don't want to spend $200,000 on a kitchen or a bathroom. I mean, I'm trying to exaggerate a little bit. In a home that's going to be worth $600,000, because that's an over improvement. It's a super adequacy, whichever way you want.
So what you're saying is that it's relative
to the value of the home.
Okay.
But if you put a $200,000 kitchen, i.e. in a home in a neighborhood where the homes are selling between $1.2 million and $2 million, you're certainly going to see a very good return, because it's almost considered de rigueur in terms of the fact that this is what people expect when they walk in the door. They expect a modernized kitchen, and they're expecting the bathrooms to be upgraded and
but to a certain level, you're saying.
Yeah,
so
it's all relative to the neighborhood is the thing. But just to reiterate, it's bathrooms and remodeling bathrooms and kitchens, short of adding square footage, is the thing that will probably give you your greatest return, and it's usually north of 60%.
Okay, well, that was great talking to you again.
Thank you very much.
Taking time with Tom once more, a few more minutes with Tom, has been great. We'll look forward to your next segment.
Okay,
Thank you
very
so
much for the questions. They were all very good.